Yo, what is up guys? It is Qwarzi here and welcome back to some Overwatch content. Today we're going to be talking about the new PTR updates that are coming to Overwatch, I think tonight, and a few changes to the characters, a few changes including some buffs and some nerfing. But we're going to go down, there's about 6 characters that's happening to, but we're going to go down the list one by one. And have a little look at that. I will put a link in the description to the Reddit site that I got this information from. But first off, we're going to start with Ana. Ana, again, is going to be nerfed. Her Bartic rifle damage decreased from 80 to 60, and her Bartic grenade impact damage reduced from 60 to 30, impact healing reduced from 100 to 50. Now that is a big nerf for Ana. She's going to be struggling with being able to certainly take down Pharah. Pharah is going to really be enjoying that, and anyone that uses Pharah is going to be certainly enjoying the nerf to Ana, which is going to certainly make it a little bit harder. Also, without Bartic grenades reducing from 60 to 30, and also the healing reduced from 100 to 50, really it's taking a big hit on her abilities. And to be honest, and there's that only gives other support characters like Lucio, maybe not even Lucio, but certain people like Zenyatta, who are probably going to end up being a stronger support. Certainly with the buff that's coming to Zenyatta, so that's a big hit for Ana. I still think she could be effective in certain situations. She still probably will be used like Lucio was when he was nerfed. So I think for that situation, I think that's a little bit of a downer for Ana, and like I said, certainly for players that use Pharah, I think they're going to be enjoying that a lot with that nerf. Right, let's move on to Junkrat. So Junkrat no longer hurts himself from his own explosions. Effect added to current passive, total mayhem. Now I think this is actually a good move. I think this is something that's good that's happened to Junkrat. I'm not a fan of Junkrat in the words of using him, but I think that's a step forward for Junkrat players, because I think certainly in those close quarters combat situations where Junkrat is throwing his grenades and his ability. I don't really know too much about Junkrat, but I think that's good, because I think, like you said, it allows Junkrat to get into close situations and close quarters to have his fights. So I think that's a good thing. Moving on to Orisa. The fusion driver obviously is her main weapon. The magazine size is lowering from 200 to 150, and her supercharge, the cost increased by 15%. Now I haven't used her too much to go into too much detail about her, but I definitely think that that it needs to be reduced from 200 to 150, as there's a lot of times where she's just spamming her gun for long periods of time. I mean, you could say the same thing about Bastion, but Bastion moves quicker and he heals himself as well. That's up for discussion of what people have been talking about with Bastion, whether they agree with the updates or what. He actually got nerfed the same day as well, but anyways, that's beside the point. I think if you're going to reduce Orisa's gun to 150, I'd like to see the reload speed maybe be a little bit quicker. Let me know what you guys think about that. And the supercharger cost increased by 15%. I think I agree with that. I have no sort of, I wouldn't disagree with that. But like I said, it would be interesting to see how she's used once she's put into live games and used in competitive and in a competitive situation. It'd be interesting to see how she deals with that. I think once she's put into a live situation, there might be more adjustments for Orisa. Might be some changes with her abilities once we've seen her in live play. Right, moving on to Sombra. First off, we have the stealth, which is the sound effects and the VO distance for entering and exiting stealth reduced to 15 meters. I think that's going to be really good for her. Again, allows her to be really stealthy. So I think, that has probably been moved in the right place. With the translocator, the cooldown reduced from 6 seconds to 4 seconds. this is a major buff to Sombra. It really is. This is allowing her to almost be able to teleport a lot quicker now. I think it might even be too much of a buff. It really, you know, complements those players that throw the translocator on onto a health pack and run in and fight, and they're able to dart back and get their health again. It's really going to complement players that play with that sort of style with her. Whether this is too much of a buff, it probably could be, but we're just going to have to wait and see in future games whether she's used a lot more than she is now. Right, let's move on to Winston. We have the barrier projector, which the cooldown now starts when a barrier is placed instead of when it ends. Now, I can't speak too much about this because I haven't used Winston too much to sort of understand this. What I can say is that the only thing with this is it could be a situation where you're able to spam the barriers too much, whether it's going to come back too quickly. Maybe make the barrier projector a little bit weaker so it doesn't happen as much. But like I said, I can't really speak about Winston too much because I'm not the biggest user for him. Probably Solo's probably better to speak about him than me. Anyway, last but not least, moving on to the main man himself, my favourite character. This will always be my number 1, Zenyatta. So I am of anyone so happy to see this buff happening. So happy to finally see Zenyatta getting the recognition that he gets. I see not many people use him as much these days as he was obviously used, because he was nerfed a bit back now, but finally Zenyatta is getting a little bit more of a buff. The Orb of Destruction, the alternate fire recovery reduced from 1 second to 0.6 seconds. So those shots that he's firing off, obviously you're going to be able to now fire a little bit quicker. But obviously the big one is the Orbs of Discord can now target enemies through barriers. So whether that means being able to, you know, put the orbs on Reinhardt through his barriers, obviously Orisa, once she's put into competitive play, you'll be able to throw orbs on hers. There are so many situations where that's going to be really, really effective. You know, certainly if Reinhardt is pushing and Bastion, say, sitting on the payload with Reinhardt there, you'll be able to target either Reinhardt or Bastion or any enemy behind the shields. So that's suddenly going to make things, that's suddenly going to change the game, I think, quite a lot, certainly with those sort of strategies. But obviously, I'm absolutely over the moon that Zenyatta is going to get a buff, because like I said, my favourite character to use. But yeah, I do hope you enjoyed this, guys. I do hope you enjoyed this little sort of the updates, the buffs and the nerfs. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, whether you agree with some of these or what's your opinion on some of these nerfs and buffs. Obviously the big one is Symmetra, but like I said, let me know, guys, what you think in the comment section below. But that is it for today. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do not forget to subscribe. Also leave it a like, guys. It really does help the channel. But thank you guys so much for watching. As always, it's been Qwarzi. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys tomorrow.